day 2 of sabbatical, and I'm already kind of losing my mind. Instagram is an addiction when you're like, yesterday I was like, that's all I want to do is just get on Instagram. I just am so bored. Like, I'm such a Enneagram 7, actually a 3, but have so many 7 tendencies, and I just want to, like, get moving on the next thing, do fun, exciting things, and I'm supposed to be resting? So, never been a rester. My dad's saying used to always be, there's no moss growing under her feet, and that was highly accurate. Okay, so I thought I would give you guys a little rundown on what I've been working on. Drinking coffee from a very large mug. The way I kind of planned my sabbatical was I'm going to be working very minimally the first 15 days, and so Sabbath is really supposed to be a time where you're just not trying to get ahead. And so when people are honoring the Sabbath on like a weekly basis or whatever, they are not, they're not planting in a garden, they're not doing the dishes, or they shouldn't be, I guess. So anything to just get ahead is kind of how I've interpreted, at least, how you're supposed to honor like the Sabbath. So that's really what I'm trying to do in my business during sabbatical. Of course, I'm doing dishes because I can't go 30 days without dishes or my husband will slay me. But I'm just doing things that I had on my calendar, so client work that I agreed to do. I am doing that, but I'm not doing any researching for Pinterest, let's say, or writing blogs. I'm not on Instagram. Like I said, I have 2 website clients, so I'm just finishing those up. Those will both be done by the 15th. Then the 15th through 31st of December will be like a full Sabbath where I won't touch my email, I won't touch anything related to work. I might like do a little bit of like thinking and planning and dreaming, goal kind of planning, but it won't be, like, it'll just be more of like this fun, creative process. So what I've been trying to do the past couple days is I've been doing some like fun little design projects, because for me, like, I really felt like I was in a place in my business where I was far enough along, and I had made a lot of success, but I was still in that really deep comparison game and just feeling like my work wasn't as good as others and I wasn't as talented, and I kind of felt like, oh, well, after, a year in my business, that'll go away, and it didn't. Instead of just trying to create this perfect product for a client and compare and all that, I want to just create for the sake of creating and just like have nobody look at it unless I want to share it. I've been just like designing, and I'll show you guys kind of what I've been designing. It's been really fun, and I don't know, I definitely still am critical of myself, and I'm like, oh, it's not very good, but it's just fun, and I like to do it for like 15 minutes. I don't spend a lot of time on it. So that's one thing I've been doing. Co-working with friends, which really just looks like chatting with them. So yeah, it's just been pretty chill and not my idea of fun, I'll be honest. It's day 3 of sabbatical. I spent some time in my Cultivate What Matters planner. And so the way that I work it out is like at the end of the month, I kind of reflect on that month, and then at the beginning of the month, I think of like, okay, what are the most important to-dos? So for me, it was resting and Christmas in the Midwest, and really like cultivating my marriage. It'll be our 3-year anniversary this month, so just like writing down those big goals and then writing down some action steps for those. So that's what I did and what I worked on. You can see I have all my things laid out, and then I also had a mastermind call. I invested in a 2021 mastermind, but we had our first call, so that was obviously something that I couldn't cancel, and I didn't want to. And then I have a few other calls with clients today that, again, previously committed. And then, I don't know, I think I'm gonna rest by watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. Okay, another goal of my sabbatical was to eat lunch. I feel like I'm probably not the only business owner who is notorious for just skipping lunch and working through, and just you're designing and all of a sudden it's 4, And so I'm really trying to be intentional about that. And I'm also eating spaghetti, and so it made me think of another thing. I feel like my business strategy the past 2.5 years has been like, I always say I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. And so I just am like, oh, I'll launch a course. Does it work? Not really. Oh, I'll launch a shop. Did it work?
nah, not really. I'll launch a mastermind. Did that work? Oh, great, it did. Like, and there's just no strategy that I put into it. I just have a lot of time, so I'm like, well, we'll do everything. And I don't do my research. I don't do any of that. And so I feel like this December will be a really good time to just like think and actually pray and ask the Lord to come into my business, which is something that I really, really struggle with. And just like ask him to be a part of it and reveal to me what he wants me to do and the direction in which he wants to go, because I'm definitely open to a lot of ideas. And I'm pretty good at implementing, but I think there needs to be more strategy.
All right, so week 2. I thought I would give you kind of a rundown on what my plan is for this week, just to show you a comparison. Like, my normal week looks like this. So this is pretty minimal. Like I said, I have 2 projects that I'm working on, and then I am just finishing up last minute things. So I am offering, not really offering a new service, but I guess I'm trying to attract a new audience. So I'm designing a page on my website for people who are like, have copywriters and they're creating those long sales page, because I've done a few of those and I like them. I'm bored and I'm just like, I want to just go on Instagram to like not be bored, and I don't have it. So I've now read every news article that my Google phone shows me. I have an app on my phone that lets me do calligraphy. I have an app on my phone that is the crossword puzzle, but I always do like that day's crossword puzzle like the night before, because I do it immediately when it pops up. I have a puzzle where you can take photos from your, from your phone, and then it creates a puzzle. I do that. It's getting bad. It's getting really boring. So, I don't know. I need to figure out like an alternative project, I guess. That's maybe more of a hands-on project and not a phone project. I don't know. So I thought I would talk a little bit about the spiritual side of my sabbatical, since that's the main reason I'm doing my sabbatical. And I have props. So the Bible. I made it a goal in 2020 to read the whole Old Testament, and so I was a little bit behind, and so December provides a great amount of time to catch up. And so for me, when I'm reading the Bible, I'm currently working through Lamentations, fun, and a lot of people just use like the Bible app on my phone, honestly, because then I have the message version, which really helps me to understand it, and I can also just push play and listen to it, and that helps me because I sometimes just want to multitask. So that is what I do. Just wait. And then the other thing that's become a priority is prayer. I feel like I struggle a lot with my prayer life. So I have been working through the 31-day prayer, Energize Your Prayer Life by Val Warner. And so each day there's like a different challenge, like a prayer walk. Today is to like pray scripture. So like I'll read Psalm 119 or whatever and pray through it. And so this has really been helping me just to kind of change it up. I definitely was not raised necessarily to pray like that, so that's been a fun challenge. And then I also, a few other things that I've been doing is there's a Write the Word journal by Cultivate What Matters. So with that, we start off just, what are you grateful for? But then you write down a bit of God's Word and kind of reflect on what's on your heart that day, and then your word for the day. So that's one way that I go about daily time with the Lord. Another way, probably my favorite way to go about it, is the Inhale Exhale journal by Jess Connolly, Go and Tell Gals, and I'll link all these below. And they don't sell them anymore, unfortunately, but the concept of them is pretty easy, and so I just put them in my journal because I completed that journal way too fast. And so it's just like, you can kind of look here. You start off with pause, and then you count the fruit, so you're just writing down gratitude again, and then you write down the scripture, and then quotes, notes, and observations. And then you take it too far, and so this is kind of the chance for me to like actually think about what I just read. So like I said, sometimes I'm just listening to it, and sometimes I'm trying to dig in a little bit deeper. And then what will you do about it? So action steps, and then lastly, what are you asking God for? And then putting it in a word. And I love this because I'm someone that will read the Bible in the morning and then not really think about anything I read. And so if I can put it in one word, like Sabbath, I can remember kind of what I read that day. and then some takeaways. So those are kind of the main ways that I have been working through my prayer life, and also just like reading the word. I also sometimes will create a prompt. So like, Lord, I honor you through my physical form. And then the prayer that day will be all about how I'm honoring God through my physical form and different things I'm doing for that. Or, Lord, I honor you through my friendships. As you can tell, Nala really needs to go outside, so we're going to wrap this up. But yeah, that's what I've been doing to try to connect with the Lord during this time. And then on a different note, I'm trying to read 4 books, which I'm a pretty slow reader, so it's been a little tricky, but this one is kind of a Christian-based book as well. It's about boundaries, which is just a good, it has a lot of its popular books. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So there's been 2 things that I've been working on during my first 15 days of sabbatical, and one is the Holly Jolly Design Challenge, which has been really fun and very challenging for me because I'm someone that is very not confident in my work and self-conscious, and so just designing, I don't know, it's hard, but it's good. So each day we get a prompt, and like, for example, today's is design a pattern comprised of winter/festive/holiday elements. And then the other thing I've been doing is an elevated email challenge. And so just trying to, I guess I'm batching my emails for 2021. So I already have January all done. I had December already done. But it's just more of like kind of a learning experience, which kind of borderlines like, is that something I wanted to do the first 15 days of sabbatical? But I've enjoyed it. And so that's kind of how I analyze whether I want to continue things or not. And I'm trying my best to not get ahead, but at the same time, if it's something that I enjoy, then I'm okay doing it, at least for the first 15 days. The last 15 days, of course, will just be celebration and sleeping and eating and drinking and just, yeah, it'll be great. So, but the first 15 days, I have to entertain myself, and unfortunately, Luna is not entertaining me enough, so. Today's sabbatical looked like Bible journaling, which is kind of funny because I used to like color in my Bible, and I would just compare my designs to like other designs on Pinterest, and so I stopped because I'm like, that's not the point at all. And I just have used my Bible for other, like, throughout the years. My journey with my journaling Bible has changed and been more of like highlighting or analytical stuff. But today I went back and kind of did what I did the first time, so worked a little bit in Psalms, but I'm actually going through Lamentations. Mercies are new every morning. And this is probably backwards for you. And then the song Great is Thy Faithfulness is in Lamentations 3. And Lamentations is just a section of the Bible where the Israelites have been rejected and Jerusalem has been destroyed. Babylonian Empire has come and conquered, and they are very hopeless. And Lamentations is them lamenting throughout the whole thing. But there's little section there where they talk about, but this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. So I just have been kind of clinging to that lately, and just kind of decided Bible journal about that. So I'm on day 3, week 2 of my sabbatical, December 9th, and I realized a huge thing today that I'm just super celebrating. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur because I hate being alone. I'm a total extrovert, as much as I wish I could be an introvert, and I just like to work with people, and I am finally at a point where I needed a team, and I'm currently working on a website for a client, and I have an assistant designer, an assistant website designer, and I have a copywriter. I'll give them a shout out. They're both contractors. They don't work just for me. You can totally hire them. My assistant is Sarah, and then my copywriter is Cambria with Cambria Writes, and she's phenomenal. She did my mastermind sales page. She's worked with some of my other website clients, and I just absolutely adore her. So they are currently working on a website, and I'm like here just overseeing it, and it's incredible and amazing. So today has been, again, another chill day. I went for a run with some friends, Took Nala for a walk. I did do a little bit of work because like I said, I'm doing a little bit of work for the first couple weeks and answering some emails. And I'm going to do a little bit of a design, my daily design thing for fun. And yeah, I just love that I have a little tiny team. They're my favorite. I want to take them all on a vacation too. That's like my big dream ever since starting would be to have a little team and take them on a retreat and pay for everything. And so that's my goal. Unfortunately, one is in South Carolina and one's in Wyoming. So, and then I'm on the other side of the coast in Washington. So we are just not close, but maybe we'll meet in Colorado someday. It's a good thing I'm on sabbatical because this dog is not letting me work. And then this dog is just being whiny. So, there we go. Week 2 is done, and I can't even believe it. I am almost completely done with a website that I've been working on, and my assistant has been working on. So, really happy about that. And then the other website I don't think will finish, and so they knew that that was a possibility, and they'll get pushed to January because starting halfway through next week, I am officially signed off of work. Good morning. Week 3, got my coffee brewing. It's the last week of doing this work stuff, even though I've been doing it super part-time. So, I have mixed emotions about it. I woke up this morning and was like, I'm laying in bed for a long time, cuddling with my dog because it's sabbatical. But then I was also like, I want to work. I miss it. And I got on Instagram for a while. That was bad. I was like, what am I doing? This is bad. Not allowed. So, a lot of grace is needed. I'm going to drink some coffee, and I'm trying to finish up the Old Testament. That was my goal for 2020, so I need to read about 5 pages of that. And then I'm doing like a 31-day prayer challenge, so I've been pretty consistent with that. So today is praying over my calendar and my to-do list and just surrendering the day. That's going to be a good one. I have set up my first day back to work, which is going to be January 5th. And so I was like just already getting kind of anxious about all the things I'm going to forget. So I have client work that like is set up for the beginning of the year, and I wrote that down, like follow up with these people. So I got that. This weekend I painted my bedroom, which I wanted to do for a very long time. So that was good. That was an accomplishment. But as for this week, my plan is to have a board meeting with Reach Out Orphanage Ministries, which is the ministry that I donate 10% of my funds to. So I have a board meeting. I'm going to run today, and then I have some final website and SEO changes to do to the 2 websites I'm working on. So it's just crazy that we're finishing up, and one of them will probably launch tomorrow, and the other one will probably get pushed to the new year, which I kind of expected, so that's totally fine. And then tomorrow is just making sure the launch of that one website goes smoothly. I have a group mastermind, creative brainstorm group call that I do it every Tuesday with the same 5 girls, so that's tomorrow. And then I'm turning on my vacation autoresponder and going out to dinner with some friends and peacing out. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going home on Thursday to the cities, to Minnesota. So that's my plan. I'm a little nervous for sure. I have been really struggling through some things. December brings up a lot of feelings and desires longings I don't have, and so December has definitely been full of mixed emotions for sure, and I know that they'll probably continue. So I'm just trying to continue with doing the Holly Jolly Design Challenge. That's been really bringing me joy, and yeah, I have all my emails for once a week. I email my email list once a week, and I have them all the way set up until February, so I'm feeling prepared, but just kind of, I don't know. It's not like a breath of fresh air like I thought. I thought it'd be just this deep breath, and I feel like I want to work, for sure. So, I'm gonna drink my coffee now. Alright, day 15 of vlogging. Let me know in the comments if you think I should become a vlogger. So today I started off with a mastermind group brainstorm call with my girls. We've been meeting for like a year and a half. Actually, Michelle Marie Studio creates these adorable shirts, so I'll link her below. But we met this morning, just chatted about stuff, business stuff, life stuff, the usual. It's really great to have that accountability. And then I have been just kind of making puppy chow and hanging out with my puppy, hanging out with my husband, did a tiny bit of work, launched a website, and now I'm done. I'm signing off, and I'll probably do a recap of the last 15 days of sabbatical, but I won't be doing these daily things. So that's my plan. Thanks for watching.
Bye.